beloved family of light, my most wonderful Ascension pioneers. How are you doing in this beautiful day? Anyway, today I would like to talk about some subjects that are of interest that came to mind. And I feel really uplifted and excited and all brand new. And I was having my raw recipes, I was discovering them myself through me and really craving healthy food, because yesterday what happened is there was huge energetic shift and I felt it. And I felt it as this tingling, pulsating sensations in my base chakra. I felt basically like I usually feel when the energies are starting to rise again on a new level, basically Kundalini, and that's what I want to mention to all of you. I want to know if any of you felt it as well. I posted on my Facebook page and on my Facebook profile, and I'm asking you here as well, do you feel it? Because there's this powerful surge of energy that's coming right now, and I think it has a lot to deal with the new alignments and also astrological placements that so many speak about now, that we have unburdened so much emotional baggage recently. And even my friend, Sister of Light, has had a dream about leaving suitcases. The taxi drove them away and she didn't want them because she was so used to those things that she loved that were in there in the suitcases. But basically, I think that represents our old baggage, and it's a message for every one of us. And these new energies that are coming in frequently on the planet, and yesterday was one such shift, because here we had a warm front. There was still a summer vibe, summer weather, and then it changed overnight. There was huge thunder and rain, and usually it happens like this. The weather transitions are not as smooth as they used to be in the past. Now everything is doing its thing like this, rapidly and with great intensity. And people are all over the world are reporting about this, and there's immense weather changes. But what's happening is, when we're open to these energies, that means we need to really allow for this flow to unwind, because the energies of spirit can run through pure vessels, and that's why so much purification. And that's why I was guided to wear white today. And I'm sorry, in my hyper mode again, but white represents purity, and we're all doing this, and I'm doing this through food, which is my bodily releasing of these. It's kind of my bodily detoxification, my detox. Then also I was dealing a lot with the mental level, a lot of the thoughts that were not serving me, they were of the old programming. Then the emotional, this one was the most highlighted recently, not just with me, with so many other people who reported on this to me. And what this really means, these new energies, that they come and they kind of start activating. And usually when there's lightning and thunder outside, I'm sitting here behind a computer and I have a huge window right next to me, opposing me, and then I see this light, and then at the same time I feel it in my base chakra, and there's these tingling, pulsating, almost like kind of like orgasmic sensations, tiny little feelings that you recognize as the energy that is moving upwards again on new levels. And someone asked me today, so you're Kundalini awakened? And I said, no, Kundalini doesn't just awaken all at once and suddenly, it keeps awakening. Like, our awakening is always like this. It's a process. So the more that we're ready, the more that we open up, the same amount of energies can then flow through us. So the more pure of a vessel, the chalice we are, the more spirit can flow through us. So basically, opening up to the Kundalini and rising of the Kundalini energy is us activating our vortices points within our body template, within our physical template, and other templates as well. So what we need to do is we need to ground first. We need to do physical adjustments and physical changes and physical embodiments, like I say, love in action, and change and open up to new perspectives and really expand our vision and our awareness. And then, the more Kundalini can flow through us. So I've seen this as a confirmation that during my opening and during my cleansing work and purging and purifying these past 2 weeks especially, although it's all a process and it took longer and it always takes a while. Like I say, it's a process. It's never just like a week time reference, but it's more like towards the end of it, towards the conclusion of the cycle, it gets most intense. It's always like that. Like, if you can imagine the washing machine, just before it finishes washing the clothes, it kind of has to dry them up. So it kind of spins them really fast. It's, the current of energy is the most intense towards the end of the washing machine doing its thing. So basically what is happening, the more that we have lifted that away from us, the more we can be really ready for the liftoff. So are you ready for your liftoff? I hope you are. This is how it works. This is how the Kundalini energy rising works. It doesn't necessarily mean so much like the New Age community likes to address it in a way. You know, you do a Kundalini activation meditation and then your Kundalini has risen to a certain level. No, you know, everything we do, everything that we're going through in our basic human but personal spirituality that we each individually kind of comprehend and go through our experiences and challenges, it depends, you know, on the level of our physical evolution, because our physical evolution is following our spiritual evolution, and this is what is causing for the revolution in the global as well. But what is happening is you are basically the one that is controlling this process, not the guided meditation or not a certain process that you will do that will then open you up to new levels, because you have to first make, like I say, physical adjustments, emotional adjustments, mental adjustments, the whole package, you know, for you to embrace your whole you, your whole spirit. And this is what's happening now. We're becoming more raw, more authentic. And it's not just me saying this, you know, watch other channels on YouTube that speak about metaphysics, astrology, Ascension, New Age. Not all New Age is bad. There's a lot of New Age knowledge that is directly linked to metaphysics. But what I'm saying is everyone speaks about the same things, and a lot of the people who are open in their heart can feel these energies with great intensity, because not all do. Just a few days ago, I was watching this interview, and the woman who was being interviewed, it doesn't matter who it is, but she said that, you know, the energies of the 2012 alignment can come, but if you're not ready, you won't feel a thing. You'll say, you know, everybody's just selling these nonsense, and it's not like that. You have to be ready. You have to embrace all of that. You have to be ready for that flow. So what's happening now is so many of us are being prepared so we can then, you know, reach our hand, extend it to others as well. Because I don't usually listen to channels. Basically, I never listen to channels, but never use the word never, because then you do exactly like that. Because just recently someone asked me a question. No, they replied to something that I was saying in a video, and then I said to them, I never listen to channels, and you never say never. And what happens today, I was preparing my raw vegan salad, and then it was, you know, I just encountered upon this channeling of Cryon, and I started listening to it, and then something else followed when I was in the kitchen. I said, okay, if it's already playing, I'll listen to it, you know, instead of the music. And there was something about the souls and how we learn and how we each have to deal with ourselves first, so then we can, with our experiences, what we've learned, what we've gathered, how we are here for this whole journey, growth and evolution, how we can be beneficial to everyone else, how we can reach our hands and extend our loving embraces to everyone else. That is what it's all about. So they were saying something that I always say in my videos as well. Become the lighthouse first on your own, so you can share it then, so you can really assist others. Because if you're just going to do it out of need, out of lack, to feel fulfilled that you're serving, it's not going to be true service. And especially if you do it with a bunch of expectations. Oops, my video stopped recording because apparently there was no more disk space. Oops, happens sometimes. You gotta do disk cleanup sometimes. You see, you even have to clean your disk. Everything has to shift right now. All needs to go that is of the old. Okay. Anyway, what I also want to talk about in this sequence is mirroring, because lately, I think it was a few days ago, there was this situation that was presented to me through someone who wrote to me and explained something about their life, and maybe they didn't not like my answer or anything. And usually, you know, what happens is when someone doesn't like the answer, what you give them, or maybe they take it their own way and it's not even meant that way, what they do, they usually make conclusions or assumptions. And what came through that is basic mirroring. So the person said to me after I was telling them that it's just a mirror, that it really serves no one to make it just assumptions how I am, you know, how I react, because it was not. It was just something really replied through neutrality and just how I basically sometimes reply in a very realistic way. It's who I am. I kind of like to push people to really go within. I don't like to give anyone answers. And people who know me know that at the end, it serves you. It serves you in the greatest way possible because it empowers you. So it's not about that, because I made a lot of empowerment videos already, but I really, when I was replying to them about the mirroring, because the person said, yeah, we are just mirrors. So it got me to think that most people probably don't even understand the concept. They don't comprehend what mirroring truly means, because if someone thinks you project a certain emotion or a feeling towards them, what it usually is, if they feel it as such and you really were neutral, what happens is they have that feeling because it's an emotion that is drawn from within. Because remember the orange concept that I gave you once that was told by Wayne Dyer? What you squeeze from it is orange juice, and orange juice belongs to that orange. It's a part of that orange. It's not coming from somewhere externally. So what is basically happening in the mirroring is, if you're not fully in the heart, fully pure, and you don't have that reactive space, you cannot feel that. You cannot feel in a way that you will make these meanings, you will give meanings to what someone has said, or what has been told to you. Because first of all, when you focus too much just on words, what's being said instead of the energy, because only the energy never lies. For all those of you who are new to my videos and have not yet heard this, I think I've mentioned this numerous amounts of times, that basically only the energy never lies. So if you focus only on words and things like that, we won't get the whole picture. We won't really feel through neutrality. A lot of the people react because usually that's when we don't like something, when we're used to something being a certain way, and when we get a certain reaction from someone else, we think it's something that, you know, it's already stored in our brain, that our brain will associate to, but it's not the same thing, but we think it is because it's all that we know in this not yet expanded state. So what happens is we react. And what happens is we usually do that when the other person will be a mirror for us. So I want to explain mirroring here. When the person said to me, yes, we are just mirrors to each other, I felt that they really feel that, you know, I feel that they felt the truth, which is true in a way that was their truth. Because everyone has the right to feel whatever they feel. Even in the absolute truth, that is not so. And I was not projecting certain emotions that they were describing. Because we all have the right towards that. But it's more about really understanding that it's not about this, okay? Let me give you an example. How I understood is how I felt is that the person did not really know what the concept of mirroring is. And I know I have this guidance that was came to me today, and that's what was really guided to make the video, that a lot of the people don't understand this. They all say, yeah, we're all mirrors to each other. So if I have a certain quality and you have that quality, you think that's mirroring. But what mirroring basically means is not just the concept of we all one, we're all divine. So when I usually say to people who say, you're so beautiful, I love your words, I love your wisdom, and I say, you would not have felt it in such a way if it wouldn't already be stored within you, and it's true. But another part of the mirroring is that when you feel a certain emotion, and when you think, aha, because we're mirrors, you have it too. It's not the case. What mirroring means is the other will serve as a mirror. And mirror is just neutral. Mirror will show you everything, your pimples, your wrinkles, everything. The mirror will just stand there. What mirror does, you can see one behind me, it just stands there. It just is. The mirror just is. And you see in it what is being reflected to you by the mirroring of another. They actually pose there to present you with a certain picture and an image or a glimpse of something that might have not yet been revealed yet. So the mirror is actually a space of neutrality. It's how I see it. It's how my divine guidance tells me it is so within the higher aspect, you know, because there's truths to every levels of our spirituality. Every understanding is good on a certain level, and then you outgrown it, and then you move on, and then you get new expanded versions of truths. And the thing is that basically mirroring means, for instance, if sometimes I'm nervous, if I make a juice and my mom says something to me, and I get really excited and say, stop talking to me now because I'm making the juice, I want to be alone, you know, I want to be in my space, I want to be in the now, I can't take it all at once, you know. If I'm really coming from that nervous space, it's my feeling. It's my feelings. She didn't do anything else but trigger me. So if someone writes to you and tells you, oh, you don't have to be like this with me, or you don't have to be like that with me, basically that's their emotion. That's what they feel. That's what they project from within me. And if they accuse you, sometimes people like to do that. They accuse you that you project something. Even with the mentioning of the word project, you're already projecting by yourself, and you're creating drama. And that's what people do, create drama. And then it gets bigger and the bigger and the bigger. And what it does, it keeps bringing you away from love. We're love. See the white, we're purity. We're pure innocence and truth. So at those times, I recommend us going within, admitting to ourselves what mirroring truly is, and it's seeing the qualities that are mirrored to us in another. That doesn't mean they, right now at this moment, have the same qualities, the same emotions, that they project this to you. It means that they are there divinely serving as conduits for you to see certain something that they trigger for you to see. That is what mirroring truly means in the highest aspect, because that way we all serve each other, and that's the way we can say thank you and feel gratitude instead of you can stop being like that, or because that keeps us away from each other. That keeps us away from love. We have this image of someone being a certain way. At the end, they're not, because this is all our beliefs about them. And what happens is, because we're all powerful co-creators, when we feel someone is a certain way, what it will happen is we will create the space around us. Not just someone. You think people are mean to you, you will have a bunch of mean people there. Because you will really attract that, because you believe that people are always mean to you. You will have these people around you. So that's mirroring. It doesn't mean they're mean. It means they will bring that aspect within you, and it emerges within you. So if me and someone else would share a certain conversation, and I would say, thank you for being my mirror, what that would mean is, for me, in my highest truth, how I feel it within my guidance is, I would be thankful that through a certain experience that we've went through together, I would be able to see a certain challenge that was still not recognized within me, a certain emotion that was still suppressed, a certain something that was still needed more releasing. That's what mirroring is really about. That's the highest nature, the highest aspect of mirroring for me, and for a lot of you Ascension Pioneers who really do understand this. And I'm also inviting you all to really always allow yourself to come from a space of kindness, from a space of love, and allow the other to feel. If they feel that you were a certain way, let them feel that. At the end, they will be ready, they will recognize that. In the end, it's all their emotion, and we have to own our emotions. We have to claim our mental, emotional, physical health. And health is all about awareness. We have to own it. It's time for our ownership, and it's time for our empowerment. And it's really time to just be the purity, be the white light, be the love of creation that we are, each and every one of us. So, my beautiful pioneers, this is all what I have for you today. I'm sorry for the fast blah, blah, blah chatter, because I'm in my hyper mode. This is what happens, and I pronounce words in a weird way because I'm too fast for my body to keep up when I'm in this state. So, with a few bit of things like that, I hope you still enjoyed this video, and if it assisted you in a certain way to see things deeper, that's what it's all about. We continue being asked from up above to look deeper, to go beyond, to expand every day, every now moment. I'll talk to you soon. Stay love. Bye.